Dear my friend, currently the price is structured within a range like this on the hourly chart, and it might reach the liquidity here. So there's a likelihood it will rise slightly. While BTC is on an upward trajectory, I'll start analyzing the 4-hour chart, then I'll shift to a higher time frame. Now, this area is under my control, I'll leave it to you. Where I mentioned at 0.28 and 0.29, because if this level is breached, this area will be lost too. We had already anticipated that it would be breached, particularly predicting a drop in price. This was evident from the higher time frames, starting from the weekly. Now, this trend line is then where the market indicated gains on the daily chart. Currently, it's going up, and I'm just buying liquidity here. The price has fallen from that level. This is the area I thought was likely to go down. With the loss of this point, the outlook has shifted significantly, suggesting that sell-oriented trades are more prevalent. Unfortunately, I can't be overly optimistic in this scenario, because this is the lowest target, namely, the minimum level is 0.12. It could potentially go lower, but the minimum target we're observing is now. Whether it goes down or up, we're not looking at a very optimistic situation here. If it moves upward, this area would be ideal for initiating sales to buy the initial capital, or further minimize losses, specifically between 0.18 and 0.0232, but of course on a weekly basis. It takes time for the analysis to adapt, because on a weekly view, it might take a few days, weeks, or even a month to pinpoint and capitalize on it thoroughly. As I mentioned in the previous video, this is a prime area for selling. So I'm currently at a loss here and have minimized it as much as possible. Even if you are breaking even, it's now a very suitable area to realize that. Well, I already indicated this with the selling candlestick there. So, now, this area is where I expect it to reach on a weekly basis. I've mentioned this before, namely between 0.025 and 0.0... Of course, this is where I hope it will reach. It's very challenging to predict, probably slowly over time. As I said, it might take a few weeks, a month, or 2 months in this zone. But particularly in this zone, it's a good area to set an alert and execute sales. Here at 0.28, 0.29, let's see if they can hold the middle of this, which that is up to 0.03. The loss will be minimal this December. Yeah, I think it would be wise to initiate sales to at least reduce the losses to a minimum. This is the current observation, because, as mentioned, the weekly data supports this. Our minimum target is likely to be lower. Please note that this is not investment advice.